Hi class, welcome on board. So what I wanted to do in this video is kind of walk you through the grading rubric when it comes to discussions. This is something new, so I just want to make sure that you understand of how you can actually make sure that you achieve an A in every single discussion. It's not that difficult. One of the key things is to make sure that you respond to the number of posts that's required as part of each class. Now, each class might have a different number. In our class, we have 3 postings, and that's the minimum number that you want to make sure to post. Why is that the case? If you take the time and you respond to the initial question on its own, you've done a fantastic job, included references, really long, lengthy explanations and everything, but you notice that you have a pretty bad grade. Why is that the case? Let's take a look at the grading rubric and see how that's actually broken down. So we have here, there's a timeliness element. So you want to make sure that you are posting your initial post by Wednesday. But when it comes to the additional post, if you take a look here, if we take only the initial post, making sure that we have selected met the frequency requirement, meaning that you've actually posted it, and then we remove the other 2 posts, the most you can actually receive is a 40 out of 100. Every single other post is going to be worth 30%. So this is why you need to make sure that you spend the time to respond to others. Now, that can be responding to me or another student. It doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that you have your initial post and at least 2 additional postings. So let's take a look at what happens when you do respond to others. All right, so let's take a look at here. Let's make sure that we select the met frequency requirement. And let's just say that you're responding to others, but it's decent quality. There's not a lot of additional detail, but at least you've made an attempt there. Immediately, you're at an A grade. You're at a 90%. So that's all that it takes. If you take a little bit more time to add some additional value, ask questions, pose additional thoughts or other points of view, you can easily receive a much better grade as well. Now, this is so important because the discussion points are pretty high when it comes to the class grading. So you want to make sure that you're achieving the most number of points possible when it comes to discussions. And the easiest way is making sure that you have your initial post and 2 additional responses. Let's even say that your responses to the initial post and the additional post weren't great. It had some content, but let's just say that it was just low quality. Let's see what happens to your grade. Even in this case, you're still at a 70%. If you take a little bit more time, add a little bit more quality to your initial post, you're at a 75. If you did a great job with your initial post, you're at an 80%, even if your additional responses aren't fantastic. There might be like 1 to sentences. But if you spend a little bit more time, again, we're immediately at a 90%. So definitely take the time, post your initial post your responses to others for every single discussion. A great way to do it and to verify is using the search. Being that we have all the discussions in one place, you can do a Control F on your browser and then type in your name, and that'll allow you to identify every single time that you've actually done your postings. And it's a great way to be able to see exactly what you've done. So as you start working through it, if you have any questions or any issues, definitely reach out. Let me know. I'll be more than happy to help. Have a great one. Bye-bye.